Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing, my brothers? I hope everybody is doing well. Jazakumullah khair for coming. And we hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept this from us. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward us and to accept it from us and reward us. Ameen. So, brothers, we'll start the lesson, inshallah. This is the hadith we have seen in the first lesson. I'll read it again. It's from Sahih Bukhari. خيركم من تعلم القرآن وعلمه. The best among you are those who learn the Quran and teach it. So, my brothers, this has been said many times. I would take this opportunity to say it once again, that at the end of the class, we all should try to share with our family members, our friends, even if it's something very small, even if it's just one thing from the lesson. Bismillah ta'ala, we will get rewarded for that. And inshallah, this will also help us to memorize things which what we are telling to others. You will see the benefit when you will teach somebody what you have learned, even if it's a small thing. You will see how strong reinforcement would be for that in your own mind. So I hope inshallah we will all try to share with our brothers and sisters and family members whatever we are going to learn today, inshallah. So in lesson number 1, we have studied a few things. Inshallah, we will try to give a very, very brief recap of every lesson in upcoming lessons, inshallah. So 2 benefits. One, things will get revised in our own mind. Second thing is, now we are in the class, we may have some other things going on before the class. So we will gradually, our mind will shift into this learning mode. We will be back to this Tajweed lesson again, inshallah. So very quick questions. How many are the manners of recitation according to ulama in terms of even reciting the Quran? This is very important to ask and to remember, because every time when we open the Quran, if we know what are the manners, what are we supposed to do, what we must do before we recite the Quran or during we recite the Quran, what is from the adab of the recitation of the Quran, then we will be inshallah able to apply it every time, bismillah ta'ala. Brother Abshar Aslam, mashallah, jazakallah khair for taking a lead and giving the first answer. Brother Asha said 2 manners. Yes, 2 manners, manners of heart and manners of limb and body. So internal manners and external manners. We have gone through details about it. How many modes of recitation have we discussed? There is always some confusion. So when I ask a question, I always try to give the answer as well. We've seen in the slide there are 3, but I said in the books, there's a 4th one as well. Qiraat, we know that, yes, Brother Shoaib, mashallah, 3 or 4, you're right. You can say 4, you can say 3. In some books there are 4, in some books there are 3. I think we can go with the 4 one, inshallah. Qiraat, we know we are studying this course, Hafs and Asim, the riwayah of Hafs and Asim. We are not studying Warsh, we are not studying Ali Kisai, we are not studying Ibn Kathir Makki. Types of knowledge, we said there are 2 types of knowledge. Now, another thing, pillars of Tajweed. There are 4 pillars of Tajweed. I will tell you 3 and I want you to tell me the 4th one. The first one is Makharij, which is articulation point. Second one is Sifat, which is characteristics or qualities of the letter. Third is Al-Wuquf Al-Ibtida, yani way to stop, way to start. Now, I would like you brothers to tell me what is the 4th pillar of Tajweed. Well done, Brother Shoaib. Practice. Few more brothers would like to try, even if what do you think? What is the 4th pillar of Tajweed? Brother Shoaib said practice. Brother Arshad said practice and implementing. Anybody else, brothers? Brothers, please take active participation in the class. Learning Tajweed is an act of ibadah, brothers. You are learning so you can recite the Quran. So when we are doing wudu, we said in the first lecture, what are we doing? We are just washing our face, washing our hands. But with the niyyah of standing in the prayer, Bismillah ta'ala will get rewarded for that. Here as well, brothers, try to take active participation. Brother Hassan Farah, mashallah, he said repetition. Anybody else? Brother Fazil? Brother Muhammad Fazil? Arabic term for practice is called tatbiq. So the fourth is tatbiq. Why this is important and why we spend time today on this? This is the same reason. Now we all understand it. Now we are in the course of Tajweed. Alhamdulillah, we have done few lessons, but still, if we are not revising, we are having difficulty thinking, okay, what is that and what was it? How many pillars, 4 or 5? How many minus 2 or 3? How many types of qira we studied? 10, 7, 3. So this is tatbiq. If we don't come into the practice of revising and memorizing until we memorize, we have to work a little bit hard. Once we memorize, then we just need to look every now and then. So what I'm trying to say is this: if we, in last 3, 4 lessons, if we cannot revise that, we cannot have that in mind, then brothers, when we move forward and when there are some rules coming that this is how you do mad and how you do idgham and how you do gunna, then how are we going to practice that? This is what the tatbiq means. Many times we attend courses, we attend Tajweed course, but we don't practice, we don't memorize. So when we start reciting the Quran after the Tajweed course, we don't find too much difference between before and after. There is, alhamdulillah, difference, but since we have not worked hard, we don't find much difference. So my brothers, please try to spend 5 minutes of your day. Slides are on the group. Just have a look for 5 minutes. Nowadays, alhamdulillah, everybody is using phone and you can have wallpapers on your phone. So maybe just have one slide as a wallpaper one day and maybe one slide as a wallpaper other day. The benefit will be when you will see the slide, you will see the content and read it. And also it will give you a reminder, oh, you know what, I'm sitting doing nothing. I just saw my phone and the slide is there as a wallpaper. Okay, let's go back to the slides and just quickly swift through 2, 3 slides and see what are they saying. You will find it so much beneficial, my brothers. Mistakes in Qur'an, there are 2 types of mistakes. One is haram and one is makruh. The haram one is something we have to be very careful about. We should not change any word. We shouldn't change haraka. We have gone into detail about that. Last class, we have studied AlIstihada wa Basmala. So AlIstihada, the definition of AlIstihada, we said it is to recite A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim and Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. It is when we say Basmala, it means we are giving reference to reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We have studied 4 things in AlIstihada and 4 things in Basmala. Now, this is again time for you to test yourself because, AlIstihada, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, what's the ruling? Can anybody tell me? Is it sunnah? Is it wajib? Is it fard? Or it's okay not to say? What is the ruling of Jamhur? There were different rulings we discussed. The different group of ulmas have different opinions. But what is the opinion? Mashallah, well done. Brother Abshad, the 3 opinions. The opinion of the Jamhur, the majority of ulama is Sunnah. Brother Rashad, majority of ulama says it's a Sunnah. Wajib, we studied, one set of scholars says Wajibul Awwal, one set of scholars say Wajibul Dahar. But I've asked the question that what is the majority opinion? Majority opinion is Sunnah, mashallah, well done. When it comes to the forms, loud or quiet, what is the opinion? Okay, answer maybe a little bit longer, so I'll give you a revision. When we are reciting it loud, then we will recite A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim loud. When we are doing it in a low voice, then we will do it in a low voice. This is the opinion of Jamhur. However, it's the amar is wasi, you can do both places and points. So who can tell me, shall we recite before the recitation, after the recitation, or before and after both? What is the majority opinion? Brother Yusuf, before. Brother Mazin before Brother Suhaib, before Brother Sharifu, mashallah, tabarakallah. And what about the wordings? There are three kind of wordings we discuss: muwafaqatul Quran, or increasing the wording, or decreasing the wording. What is the opinion of Jamhur according to the Quran? Well done, brothers, mashallah. May Allah increase you in knowledge. May Allah accept it from me, and may Allah accept it from you. Ameen. Basmala. What are the rulings of Basmala? Can you not recite Basmala? Is a sunnah? Brother Osama said wajib. Brother Yusuf says sunnah. Brother Yusuf, one must recite Basmala. One must recite. And you have to start surah with, when you're starting surah, with Basmala. We'll come to the details today, inshallah. The points and places. Let's go to the wording first. There is no ikhtilaf in the wording. Everybody agrees that the wording is Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. When it comes to a situation, we will come and discuss the situation in today's lesson, inshallah, for AlIstihada and Basmala. This is where, Bismillah ta'ala, our lesson will begin. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. So when you recite the Quran, seek refuge in Allah from shaitan, the expelled from his mercy. Now, these are the three situations, brothers. Now, carefully understand what are these slides and what is today's lesson mean. First of all, there are three situations. When Qari is in three situations in regards to AlIstihada wa Basmala. We will come to the few slides afterwards, and then we will see then what to read, how to read. So first of all, let's see what are the situations. So the first situation is when a reciter starts the recitation at the beginning of a surah. Yani, you prayed Salatul Fajr and you said, okay, I want to recite the Quran, and you open the Quran. MashaAllah, you have finished your one Quran Khatma yesterday and you want to start it from the beginning. So when you open the first page, you are on Surah Fatiha. So this is what it means. So you are opening the Quran to start your recitation, and you are at the beginning of the surah. Second situation is you were reciting Quran and you were in the middle of the surah. Something came up and you said, you know what, I'll just go and attend that and then I'll continue my recitation. Or you have stopped somewhere yesterday and today you are going to start your recitation. So when you open the Musaf, let's say you stop somewhere in between Surah Naba. You're not going to start it from the beginning because you've already recited the beginning. You are maybe on the 15th ayah. So this is the second situation, that you open the Quran, now you're going to recite now, brand new recitation you're going to do, but you're not going to begin from the surah, from the start of the surah, but somewhere in the middle. The third situation is a reciter is reciting the Quran. He has finished one surah and he is continuing recitation, and now he is moving on to next surah. So what would he do between the two surahs? So we will see the rulings for all of that, inshallah. So when the reciter starts the recitation of the Quran, he should recite both AlIstihada wa Basmala. What is the situation? This is the situation when he opened the Quran and he is at the beginning of the surah. So he will recite both AlIstihada and Basmala. In the second situation, where he opened the Musaf, but he's not going to start from the beginning of the surah, but he's going to start from the middle of the surah, somewhere where he left his recitation last time. This is from where he's going to start. In that case, AlIstihada is compulsory. He must say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. However, Basmala, yani to say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, is ikhtiyari. It's optional. He can recite, it is okay. He cannot recite, and it is okay. The third situation is that Qari is in the middle of, yani he finished one surah and is going to move on to another surah. So what shall he do? In that situation, he will only recite Basmala. So he will end the surah, he will say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and then he will start the new surah. He must not say Ista'adha at that point. So these are the three situations, brother. Is there any question? We will move forward, and there are further details in that. But this was like a bird's overview. Is there any question, brother, or is it clear? Okay, only three people, four people clear, five people clear. MashaAllah, brothers. Well done. Okay. As I said before, that today is going to be the practice session. Now the time has arrived that whatever we are learning, inshallah, in every class it will be like that, that whatever we are learning, we will practice it. Because if we don't practice and if we just listen, then it is not going to be as strong as it is going to be with the practice, Bismillah ta'ala. So are we ready for the practice, brothers? I'll be very honest with you, brothers. I mean, I'm here. Even if there's only one student there, Bismillah ta'ala, I am here. I'll try my best, Bismillah ta'ala, to attend even if it's one student. But I'll tell you, this is the third class of this week. So we had first class of sisters on Sunday. Even though they are sisters, this is the natural, haya, shyness, but they were very keen to practice. It's the book of Allah, my brothers. If you practice it, it'll get more and more ingrained. From the brothers I can see today, one of my brother, mashallah, he messaged me other day and he said, I want to be the teacher. And brother Hassan Farah, may Allah make him a teacher. May Allah accept it from him. Ameen. May Allah make it easy for him. Ameen. I see him, he's attending all lessons. I mean, he is somewhere in America or Canada, if I'm not wrong. Sometimes lessons are during the daytime, like now, or sometimes lessons are in the evening, but he is there to attend. I would like to say one thing, brothers. It is very important that everybody takes part in the practice. So I was saying in sisters' session, sisters were keen. Believe me, we were not even able to move this. We just finished this slide with them, and we had to say, you know what, next class, inshallah, we'll try to start class earlier, and we will catch up whatever we have missed because of the late start and other things. And in the other class, Sunday night, brothers, maybe perhaps 5, 6, or maximum maybe 7 brothers participated. Others were, wallahu alam, they were shy. They were thinking their recitation is not good, or they were doing something, or whatever reason they didn't participate. My brothers, understand one thing. When we are going to practice now, you will only be practicing what we are studying now. Nobody is going to ask you that why the pronunciation of that letter was not correct, or why you didn't join 2 letters, or brother, there was a mud. No, brother, nobody will criticize anything. Please come forward and take part in recitation, take part in practice. My brothers, we read in the first lesson, Hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The meaning of the interpretation is that every letter you get 10 deed. So this is Quran, brothers. We are here in this sabak, in this lesson, inshallah, we'll get reward for that. Then everybody gets the time for practice, and they will read a little bit. Each word, they will get 10 letters. Brothers, shaitan will always try to, put so much in your mind. He will try to chip away each and every single good deed from you. Don't let him succeed. So I hope the brothers will actively participate and everybody will practice. We will start how to continue in all situations, inshallah. I'll tell you briefly first by reading what do I mean by number one, number two, number three. So if somebody has got any confusion, that gets cleared away. So, okay, let's say we take Surah Fatiha. I think it'll be easy if we just go by one surah. Everybody just practice on this one. So the first situation will be like this, brothers. I have opened the Musaf. I'm going to start reciting the Quran. I'm going to start a new Khatima, inshallah. So this is how I'll do. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين. This was situation one. Now, let's say I am in the, what's the second situation, is in the middle of the surah. So let's say I stopped somewhere in Surah Ikhlas. So let's say I have recited Qul Huwallahu Ahad, and because of something I've stopped, now I came back again. So I will say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الله الصمد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. So I continued. Another way is that I say ista'adha, and this is optional to say Basmala. We will do this now. Bear in mind, I am on ayah number 2 in Surah Ikhlas right now. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. So I have recited one time with only isti'aza, another time with isti'aza and basmala, just to show you. But this is optional. This is in your ikhtiyar. So let's say we finished Surah Fatiha, or we are going to finish Surah Fatiha, and we are going to start Alif Lam Mim. This is the third situation. So how would we do it? صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم. So this is when you was finishing one surah, starting another surah, then you will only recite Basmala. Is it clear, brothers? With the examples, is it clear now? Okay, alhamdulillah. We'll move to the next thing now. Okay, these are the terms. Fasl means to separate. I think there's some little bit adjustment in typing needed, but fasl means to separate. Wasal means to join. Al-awwal means the first. Al-thani means the second. Al-kul or al-jami' means all or everything. Brothers, I would like you to, inshallah, look at the screen. You got 30 seconds. Try to read few times to yourself. So when you see these words coming in future, inshallah, you will have some idea, and with practice, it will inshallah come to you. Please have a good look. Maybe just read the Arabic and then read the English. Arabic and then read the English. So first word in Arabic is fasal, second is wasal, third is al-awwal, fourth is al-thani, and the fifth is al-kul and al-jami'. So 30 seconds. Please, brothers, have a look. Okay, brothers, we'll move now, inshallah. Now, I apologize. I should have had the last page of the Musaf on the screen. I forgot to do that. So if all of you can please open on your phone or in the Musaf the last page where we have Surah Ikhlas, Qul Huwallahu Ahad. So if that page in front of you, then you can see how am I reciting. Then you can see other brothers practicing, and then you can also practice from that page as well. So please try to open Musaf with you. So when in the situation one, as we said, the beginning of the recitation and the beginning of the surah. So when we start to recite the Quran, we open the Musaf and we found ourselves at the very first surah. So there are 4 ways, because in the previous lecture, we learned that what is al-Istihada, what is Basmala, what are the rulings, how to say it, what to say, what are the places to say it. Now, how to say all of them together. This is what it is now. And this is a very practical situation. Every time you open your Musaf to recite, you need to know that you are going to recite al-Istihada wa Basmala, or just al-Istihada, or just Basmala. So you should know that. So the first situation is fasl kul. In the previous slide, we saw that fasal means to separate. So fasl kul means separating all 3 from each other. Yani, what do I mean by that? Separate al-Istihada, Basmala, and the first ayah of the surah. This is how we will do it. I will inshallah show you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد. This was cutting all 3. Now, cutting all 3 means that we take a breath between all of this. And this is considered to be the best, because it is easy that every time you stop, you take a breath, and then you read Basmala, then you stop, you take a breath, and then you start the surah. This is the best one. Number second is, they all are jais, but just this is the opinion of yani, this is some opinion that this is the best. Apparently it is because it's very easy. The second is fasle awal wasle thani. It means joining the basmala with the surah, yani reading al-Istihada in one breath, stopping, and then reading basmala, but this time joining the beginning of the surah with basmala. How to do it? We will see inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد. Once more, we will do فصل أول وصل ثاني. Number 2. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد. This was second situation where we read al-Istihada, yani A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitani Rajim, separate, and Basmala and the surah separate. The brother Swaib is asking, is taking a breath necessary? Brother, if you stop at an ayah, then you take a breath. If you don't take a breath, and if you just pause and start, then it's called sakta. See, so if you really want to stop, then you will naturally take a breath. If you don't take a breath, then you will do sakta. And there are some places in the Quran where you must do sakta. But sakta is a different thing. We will come to that discussion in moving forward in the course. Right now, yeah, you stop and take a breath. This is the meaning of stopping. Otherwise, you're not stopping. So this was number 2. I hope it is clear. Number 3 is wasle awal fasle sani. Yani this time joining al-Istihada with basmala, but and then taking a breath, and then in the next breath, reciting the first ayah of the surah. Inshallah, we will see how to do that. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Inshallah, once again. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. This was third one, where we have joined Al-Istihada with Basmala. So we recited in one breath without stopping. And then we took a breath. So we stopped and then we recited the first ayah. Now the third one is joining all together. Yani al-Istihada, Basmala, and the first ayah of the surah. Brothers, I think there is some internet connection issue. Subhanallah al-Azim, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We will give it a minute and we will see how it goes. Can brothers hear me? Brothers, if you can hear me, if the meeting is still on. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So everybody is in the meeting, right? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. So there are no issues now. We can all communicate. Alhamdulillah. Brothers, can you see the screen? Is the screen share available to everybody? Okay. Okay, we'll see. Subhanallah, I think there is some connection issue. Just give 1 minute and see if it gets sorted or not. Alhamdulillah, screen is back. Right, brothers? Alhamdulillah. So we were on the fourth one. So I'll do it once again. And then I'll tell you one more thing, inshallah. So the fourth one is waslekul, joining all together. Inshallah, I'll show you. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Brothers, can you hear me? Because I read a message, no sound. Okay, brother Rashid Hassan, perhaps check if your speakers are working. I will wait for a few seconds and see if you can hear. Brother Rashid Hassan. Or maybe you can log out and log back in. I think Brother Rashid Hassan has logged out. It's okay. We will wait just a few seconds and then we will start. Okay, he's back. Brother Rashid, can you hear us now? Can you hear me? I hope you can hear, brother, inshallah. So, brothers, the fourth thing was The fourth way was, you still can't hear Brother Rashid, everybody else is able to hear that. So perhaps you need to check your speakers if they are somehow muted or something else, or because I can't even see your mic coming on the screen. So perhaps you need to log out and log back in. And if it doesn't work, then maybe restart your computer. Come back, and whatever you have missed, if you don't understand, then with the practice, then I'll explain again, inshallah. Don't worry. So just maybe log out and log back in, or just restart your computer. So brothers, the fourth one is joining all together. Inshallah, I'll show you once more. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. So here we have joined all. Now we have discussed four ways. First one, I said this is the best one. Second one is also very good, because as we've discussed in last lesson, that some of the ulama, so when some ulama says, then there are people also following those ulama. So some ulama and the people who hold this opinion, they consider Basmala as the part of the surah. Some say Basmala has to be read for barakah. So when you join, then everybody gets onto the same page. So then all ikhtalafat are bismillah ta'ala resolved. So this is the best way. Third one is okay as well. Fourth one is jaiz as well. The only thing with fourth one is when you are joining all together, then you might run out of your breath. So you have to be prepared for that you have taken enough breath before you start reading in this way. So is it clear, brothers? Is all four things explained are clear? Or is there any question? Because then I have a question after that. So if you are clear, then alhamdulillah, we'll move forward. If there is a question, please ask. Which one is recommended? In terms of recommended, brother, it's up to you. But I'll tell you one thing, brother. When you will start, I mean, alhamdulillah, now you know this, and with the practice, you will know further, and you will practice, you will be more easy at this, and we will study different other things as well. Bismillah ta'ala, you will achieve the sweetness of recitation of the Quran. You will achieve the sweetness of Iman. You will see how nice you feel when you are joining them, and you know, you can read like this, and you can read like this, and you can read like this. You will find yourself very content, very happy with that. As far as the recommendation is concerned, it's everyone's preference. But the easiest one is, I think, the one where you separate all. Because in doing that, you are at ease. You recite AlIstihada, then take a breath, then you take a breath, then you recite Basmala, take a breath, and then you start reading the surah. But however, it's everybody's own choice. And as far as Basmala is concerned, we discussed last time that there is one surah. Before this, you are not going to read Basmala. Which surah was that? Can anybody please remind me? MashaAllah. What's the other name of Surah Tawbah? MashaAllah, Tabarakallah. May Allah increase you in ilm. Ameen. Sahih. However, this surah, Basmala or Adme Basmala, before Surah Bara, there are two set of ulama. But I'll tell you one thing, the ijma, the majority of the opinion is that it should not be recited before Surah Bara. However, there is another set of ulama in which Imam Abul Hasan and others are there. First of all, we will take the argument of those, I take my words back. Ijma is on Adam Bismillah, yani no Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim before Surah Bara. And they have some arguments, they have some evidences, and they say this is the reason it should not be read. So one, they say that Surah Bara has got the ghadab, anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and anger and mercy cannot be together. This is one reason they give. Another reason they give is that before this surah, Basmala is not written. It is written before every surah. It is not written before this surah. So it should not be read. They also say from the period of Sahaba Karam radiallahu ta'ala anhu ajmain until today, this is how the practice is, and this should be continued. The ulama which says no, Basmala can be read, Imam Sakhawi, Imam Ahawzi, Imam Tuhawi, and others are among those ulama, and they give their own evidences. Among their evidences that you can read Basmala for barakah. And they say that as for to answer the Salaf, when they said the togetherness of Rahma in the ghadab of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they give the example of Surah Al-Kafirun. And they say, no, it is there as well, so we can read that. However, once again, the Jamhur says, the majority of ulama says that you should not. So we will take the opinion of Jamhur. Now, this was a little note, and we have discussed these 4 things. I've asked that in previous class as well, and I'll ask you brothers again, that there are 2 more situations. This is only situation number 1. We can practice after finishing all the situations. Brothers, as per ijma, it is prohibited to recite, or is it disliked? You could say, I mean, it is not, I don't know of any terms whether you can use this kind of term, like prohibited means it's haram. So it's not haram, because other set of ulama, those are also ulama. So they are saying it, you can read it. It's just a matter of ijma, because prohibited can be translated into the word haram. So I would not comment on that, because I have not read it in these words that it is haram. Rather, I have read it that there are 2 group of scholars. There's ikhtilaf in that, but it doesn't mean that ikhtilaf means that one of the opinion is correct and other is straight away haram. No, haram is a big thing. We can't just say haram like without having a firm evidence, the proper clear evidence for that, that if it is haram, it is haram. It is not that we cannot use the term haram so easily, so lightly. So brothers, I was asking that shall we finish all the situations and then practice, or shall we practice as we move along the situations? In my opinion, it will be best if we practice, get some understanding of that, then move on to something, practice that, then move on to the 3rd situation and practice that. By this, inshallah, we will be able to get it reinforced. If we study a lot of things, even practice, when you're practicing, you will be thinking, what did I read? Should I do this or should I do that? So I think this will be better. So brother Abshar Aslam, mashallah, he has taken the lead. May Allah accept you from you, Ameen. In answers as well, he takes the lead, mashallah, tabarakallah. So practice as we move along. This is brother Fazil is saying, what brother Shehu Yusuf is saying, my understanding is one after the other, he is also trying to say the same thing. Other brothers, please. These are just 3 answers. Brother Suhaib, brother Usama, practice. Brother Muhammad Fazil, brother Arshad. Okay, brother Suhaib, inshallah, we will do the practice then. You will see the benefit of that, brothers. And please don't shy away. Please don't shy away. Nobody's gonna say you read this right and this wrong. It's not like that, brothers. You are not supposed to know what you have not studied. So nobody is going to speak to you about the makharij or anything else. Only thing is, you just need to demonstrate that you understood the lesson up till this point. And you know, are you going to join 3 or separate 3 or join 2, separate another one? This is all you are being practicing, inshallah. So brothers, okay. Please raise your hands. You all can unmute yourself now, but raise your hands. That would be better. It'll be in some sort of discipline. We'll be able to do that. So who's going to practice first? Brother Yusuf, mashallah, you've taken lead this time over Brother Abshar Aslam. Tafadal, my brother. Maybe start from Surah Ikhlas. We will take Surah Ikhlas as the point of practice, inshallah. So please, first now, read first lekul. And you don't need to repeat every time what are you doing. You can just say number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, as long as you know what you're going to practice. Start, brother.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, my brother.
Yeah. Hello?
So please recite from
Can you
the
hear me, sir?
question number 1. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Option number 1. Cutting
Number
all
1,
3
please.
from each. Yeah. Number 1.
No.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد. Number 2.
Mashallah, that was number 1. Now, number
Yes.
2nd.
Number 2. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد.
Now,
Number
brother,
2. That is number
no,
2.
number 2nd. I'll tell you what it is, because this is a common. This can happen. So when we think now, brothers, understand this is what the benefit, the beauty of the practice is. Even though I have done it, but it was not so obvious. So when we say stop or join, we think that joining means to just read together. No, brother, when you join together, you don't put a sukoon on the last harakah of the ayah. What do I mean by that? I will explain it to you in, for example, Surah Falaq, which is the second surah in that same page. So in Surah Falaq, ayah number two is Min sharri ma khalaq. Once again, Min sharri ma khalaq. But if I want to stop at the second word, I will say Min shar ma khalaq. So once again, when I'm stopping, I will say Min shar ma khalaq, because when you stop, you put the sukoon on the last haraka, last letter. But if you're continuing, then you will not say min shar, you will say min sharri ma khalaq. Likewise, when you are joining, you will not say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad. Yes, you were reciting in one breath, but you gave an impression of doing it in one breath. However, you stopped. How did you stop? Because you put a sukoon on meme. The way you should recite in the second condition is when you are joining the basmala, you read like this: Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad. Did you hear, brother? I said Rahimi. I didn't say Rahim. I said Rahimi. So Rahimi means I'm continuing. If I say Rahim, it means I have stopped. Even if I've not taken another breath, it still means I have stopped. So please, brother, recite second time the point number 2 once again by joining Basmala with the surah, and be careful when you join. Don't say Meme as a sukoon. Don't say Rahim. Say Rahimi and then start the surah. You understood, brother?
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله أحد.
Okay, it's better, inshallah. We will listen to more brothers and everything will just get more and more easy to understand. Brother, read it in a third way, joining AlIstihada and Basmala.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد.
Brother, now this time you are joining AlIstihada with Basmala. AlIstihada, there's a word ar-rajim. So when we stop, we say ar-rajim. But when we continue, we should say ar-rajimi. So we say A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Understood, brother?
No,
Now
no,
join now do the fourth one. We will see that you have understood or not. Joining all together.
no. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Okay, brother, we will move on to next brother, but I'll tell you once again that again you have stopped. You have recited it like I'll just read this time the last two words so you know what I'm saying. You said rajim, and then you stopped, and then you said Bismillah Rahmanir Rahim, and then you read the ayah of the surah. Instead, you should say rajimi. So you say A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajimi, and then continue from there Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and then continue from there Qul huwallahu ahad. Okay, brother, now we will hear brother Afshar Aslam, and inshallah everybody will understand more. Barakallah fiqh, brother Shehu Yusuf, jazakumullah khair. Brother Afshar, please.
Assalamu alaikum. You hear me?
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, I can hear you, brother.
Okay. So I'll do the first one, cutting all three off from each other first.
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Is that fine?
MashaAllah. Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Okay, I'll go to the second one now.
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Excellent.
Okay, I'll go to the third one now.
Yes, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Excellent.
I'll do the third, last one now.
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah, brother. Barakallah fiqh. Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Brother Muhammad Mazin.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother.
So with the first one, okay.
Yes, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. With the second one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. With the third one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. With the last one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Was that okay? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
brother. Can you hear me?
I'm
Yes, I can hear
Rashid
you.
Hassan.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, brother. You've read fine. Alhamdulillah, you understood that.
Okay, thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Well, yeah. Yes, brother Suhaib.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother. Tafaddal.
The first one, separating all three.
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. The second one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah.
The third one, joining first two. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah.
And
You
now,
read well, brother, but when you said Rajimi, make it more clearer. Make it more clear. This is also one of the things that when we read one haraka, it's fatha, dhamma, kasra, we read it fully. We don't just read it half and move to the next one. So just make it more vocal. But alhamdulillah, you understood the concept. So fourth one, brother?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah. Well done, brother. You understood that. Jazakumullah khair. Brother
Yeah.
Fazil.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother.
I will try the first one, inshallah.
Tafadal, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah.
After the second one.
Yep.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Excellent.
The third one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Brother, what's the difference between this one and first one? First one, we separated all. In third one, we were supposed to join AlIstihada with Basmala. Yani, we should say Ar-Rajimi, and then we continue. But you said Rajim and you stopped.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Excellent.
And the third one, inshallah.
Last one.
Last one, sorry. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Excellent, brother. MashaAllah. Jazakumullah khair. Wa fiik barakallah. Yes, brother. So these were few brothers. What about other brothers? Brothers, come forward. I have requested before as well that don't be shy away, please. Brother Rashid Hassan, I hope you can hear us now. So
Yes.
do you want to practice now?
Yes, I will practice.
Inshallah, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The first one, Faslekul.
Faslekul.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. The second one.
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. The third one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. No, repeating the third one.
Yeah, okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Then joining all the three. Last
Okay.
four. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Brother, I'll ask you a question.
Yes.
When you read the last one, how
Yes.
is it different from the first one? They both were same. So I said before as well that when you join, you don't stop at Rajim and you don't stop at Rahim. By not stopping, I mean that you should recite the haraka, which is on the vowel sign, fatha damma kasara, zay zabar pesh, which is on that particular letter.
Yes.
Because when you stop, you give sukun to that letter, isn't it? Wherever you stop, you give sukun. This is how you stop. So if you give sukun, even though you have recited in one breath, but you give sukun, that shows that you stopped and you did not join. So join, you should read it like this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We've joined AlIstihada wa Basmala. If we join AlIstihada wa Basmala with Surah, we will do like this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Understood,
Yes.
brother?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair, my brother.
Jazakallah.
May Allah increase you in knowledge. Barakallah fi. Brothers, anybody else? Brother Usama, are you there or you logged in and then you are doing something else?
Assalamu alaikum.
Brother Riaz, welcome, brother. MashaAllah. Wa alaikum assalam.
Yeah, I'm gonna start now.
Please.
Okay. First one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Second one.
Yep.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah.
Third one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah.
Fourth one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
Barakallah fiqh, brother. Excellent. MashaAllah, you understood that. Brother Riaz, Barakallah fiqh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brother.
Okay, the first. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad. Second. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad. Third. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Qul huwallahu ahad.
MashaAllah.
Fourth one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد.
MashaAllah. Excellent, brother. Barakallah fiqh.
Correct?
Correct. Very right. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Barakallah fiqh. Jazakallah khair. Brother Arshad. Wayyad.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brother.
So the first one.
Yeah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Second one.
Yep.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. Third one. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. The last one.
Yep.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد. صدق الله.
MashaAllah. Excellent, brother. I think everybody is practiced. I can see one brother, he was here in the class and He just left because he thought, okay, everybody's name is being called and I will be called as a, no problem. I'll send him a private message. He should not do this next time and he should just feel relaxed and practice. You see, brothers, how easy it was. I'm sure all of you in your heart, you understand the difference between when you heard me recite, you said, yeah, I understand. But when you were reciting, so many things came to your mind. You said, how to do this, how to do that. Now you have done it and you have heard from other brothers. So, Bismillah ta'ala, when you will recite tonight, tomorrow morning, try to do it in all ways. You try one way, second way, third way, fourth way. Try to do it for a few days only, not for very long. So, but if you do it for a couple of days, then this system will be in your mind. You will understand, okay, there are 4 ways. Then pick whatever you are happy with. The most easy one is first lekul when you get time to catch the breath and then recite. And if you have any, if you're feeling that you're not going to lose the breath, then you can do the 4th one. Jazakumullah khair, my brothers. Thank you very much. It was very nice. Alhamdulillah, everybody understood that. Now, here's the second situation, but also when we look at the time, it's, we have passed our ending time. But alhamdulillah, we were doing practice. So brothers, what do you think? Shall we continue with the second situation next week? Can brothers hear me? Okay, yeah, that will be better, inshallah, next week. Okay. Tomorrow there was a class for beginners. Few among you have registered, have enrolled in that class. So I have some I think tomorrow's class will be postponed because alhamdulillah, so many brothers from different part of the world have joined. So it appears that the Ulum Academy need to sort out the classes, different classes for different times, because it's I think inshallah this way is the best way that more people can attend the classes, because if it's a midnight in some country at this time, then they will not be able to attend. So I hope that tomorrow's class will start inshallah in next week, but you will see some official communication and you will know what is going to happen for tomorrow. Jazakumullah khair for attending today, brothers. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We all practiced and alhamdulillah, I hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward us for that. And I hope that we are better off than what we were before the lesson. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Has anybody got any question, brothers, from what we studied today? Is there any question, brother? Or shall we just end the class? It's allowed to stop in the middle of Basmala. I mean, you see, as far as this stop is concerned, this is the chapter of Al-Waqf wal-Ibtada, which we have seen in first lesson. Now, Waqf, there are types of Waqf. If you lost your breath, if you sneezed, if you coughed, then it's not in your control. You can stop. That's fine. In stopping, there are certain rules. Inshallah, when we'll come to the chapter, we will discuss that. So what happened is, there are some places where you stop and you are allowed to continue from the next word. Some stops, you can stop, as I said, in this kind of natural situation, but you have to go back. So the meaning gets completed. So we will discuss that in detail, inshallah. But to give you a straightforward answer, if you want to stop just for nothing, no, you cannot stop there, brother. Why will you stop there? But if you cough, you sneeze, something happened and you could not just continue, then it's okay, you stop, because you didn't do it on purpose, but you will start from the beginning. I hope the answer is clear. Is there any class for the beginner? Yes, brother, there's one class starting from yesterday. Sorry, I mean to say tomorrow. But now I think that will be starting from next week. So I don't know if you have on your group the link for that group and the detail about that class. If there is none, then inshallah, one of the admins will put the message on your group. So if anybody wants to join that class, you can join that actually, and you will be able to see, because I think everybody will benefit from that class. So let's see then, inshallah. So we will end today's class. Jazakumullah khairan once again for coming, brothers, and I apologize for any shortcomings. Please forgive me. Inshallah, we will continue next week. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
السلام عليكم.